Hello everyone, welcome to Nelson School online education program. Learn topic simple compound complex. Before we begin with simple compound complex, we'll just see with just the definition of sentence. What is a sentence? Or this also you're learning since 5th standard or maybe 3rd, 4th standard. A sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. A sentence, the four things, the sine qua non for a sentence to make, or a group of words to make a sentence. That is, it should have some meaningful sense, and it should begin with a capital letter, it should end with a full stop or any other exclamation mark, or you can say a interrogation mark, and it should have a verb. So these four things are very necessary for the group of words to be a sentence. So sentence has at least one finite verb. Now before we go for simple compound complex, there are 2 to 3 criteria we have to clear. Now sentence I have cleared it. Okay, now verbs can be classified into two major verbs, that is finite verb and a non-finite verb. So what is a finite verb? As the name itself suggests, a verb that changes with the change in subject, tense and number is called a finite verb. This also I'll be explaining in the upcoming slides. A non-finite verb, as the name suggests, a verb that does not change with the change in subject, tense and person is called a non-finite verb. Now, a finite verb that changes with the number. Okay, so in number, how does it change? Now see, monkeys and monkey. So monkey is one monkey, singular and plural, you could say monkeys. So it is monkeys like to jump. How with monkeys it is like. Now for the verb also you might be knowing, children, that the verb that carries s is singular and the verb that does not carry s is plural. So in verbs it is vice versa. In noun, the noun that carries s is plural, but in verb, the verb that carries s is singular. Okay, so it is monkeys like to jump and monkey likes to jump. Okay, so it changes with the change in number. Now it also changes the change in tense, present, past and future. So it is I am happy today. Okay, I am happy today. I was happy yesterday. Yesterday also I was happy. I shall be happy tomorrow. So with a change in the tense, it keeps on changing like am, was and shall. Okay. Now again the finite verb changes with the change in person. If it is first person, I am playing. First person only, we are playing. She is playing. So how it has kept changing with first person singular, first person plural and third person singular. Now non-finite verbs can be classified further in three, that is infinitive, participle and gerund. Now in this also you have learned earlier. Next is what is infinitive? Infinitive is to plus verb. Okay, so the verb that is used after to is always in its root verb or in the first form, that is to write, to speak, to play. Okay, so these are the verbs that will never be changed. So they are called a non-finite infinitive. Now next category is bare infinitive. So verbs that are used after let, make, bid, dare, need are called bare infinitives. These are called the bare infinitives. So any verb you use after these words, let us write. Okay, she made us wait. The director bid the company to stop or stop. Don't you dare touch. So the verbs that come after let, make, bid, dare, need are always used in their first forms. Now the verbs of perception or the feeling, that is see, hear, watch, know, feel. Again the verb that comes after see, hear, watch, know, feel are used in their original forms or the root verbs. Now after models, now children, don't get confused with models and the verbs that come after models. Models themselves are finite verbs. Okay, but the verbs that come after models becomes non-finite. We never say can wrote. We will always say can write. Okay, could write, may write, might write, shall write, will write. So with all these models and with all the models, the verb that comes after these models is always in its root form. After these words, had, better, would, rather than and would sooner than. So the verbs that are used after this also are always used in their first forms. I had better dance than sing. He would rather prefer tea than coffee. Okay. I would sooner book a ticket than to stay here alone. So the verbs that always usually come after these words are in their root verbs, and they are called the non-finite verbs. Next is, this was infinitive. Now next is participle. Now participle is known as the verbal adjective. This also can be categorized into three forms: present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. Now present participle, it's as I've told you, it's a verbal adjective. So adjective and noun are the best friends. So when we are talking about adjective, the noun should be there. So it is burning house, running train, rolling stone. Past participle, the verbs like d, t, en, ed, et. Broken house, wounded soldier, okay, broken window. Then the perfect participle, that is having, and after having the verb that comes, it is always in its third form, that is having written a letter, she went to post. Having completed her book, she went to the publisher for getting the print. Next is a gerund. Now gerund is a noun known as a verbal noun. It is noun, but it does the work of it's a verb, but actually does the work of a noun. So it's called a verbal noun. Again, gerunds will always be in its ing forms. Now gerund can have their own articles because they're usually nouns. So noun carries an article. So it is, the climbing was over by 10. The swimming was over by 12 noon. Gerunds can have their own adjectives. I do not like his rash driving. Okay, would you mind my using of your cell phone? So these are the examples. You can see that the gerund is always means can have their adjectives. Now gerunds can have their prepositions. She is afraid of flying. I am tired of waiting. Okay, so you can use the preposition with the gerund. So gerund can have their own prepositions also. Rules for determining the sentences into simple, compound, complex. So this was the just warm up of what you have done till now. Now how to determine in this chapter, children, you have to just tell whether the given sentence is a simple or compound or complex. But before we go for that, we have to see what is a simple, compound and a complex statement. So first, it's only definitions given. So a sentence that has only one finite verb is called a simple sentence, and a sentence that has more than one finite verb are called either compound or complex. Now how we can say it's a compound or complex? Because both of the statements will have more than one finite verb. So having more than one finite verb but joined with coordinating, so they are compound. Having more than one finite verb joined with subordinating are called a complex statement. In other words, a compound sentence, a sentence which has two or more principal clauses, or a compound, is called a compound sentence. Of equal rank, the sentences of equal ranks or both are the main clauses, principal clauses, then the sentence is called a compound sentence. Now what is a complex sentence? A sentence which has only one principal clause and more than one or one subordinate clause is called a complex sentence. In other words, you can say the sentence which has one independent clause and more than one dependent clause is called a complex sentence. There are two ways to determine whether the given sentence is a simple, compound or complex. First manner is with the help of conjunctions. The next is with the help of clauses. Children, we have taught you both conjunctions as well as clauses, but usually we tell the children to prefer the way that is with the help of conjunctions because that is more easy. Now using conjunctions only, I have taught here. First thing what I have to do is underline the finite verbs. If it is one finite verb, then the sentence is simple. If there are two or more finite verbs, then the sentence could either be compound or complex. Now circle the conjunction given in the statement. If the conjunction is coordinating, then the sentence is compound. If the conjunction is subordinating, then the sentence is complex. Now next, there are some examples given. I saw the children participating in the quiz. Now as you can see, there is only one finite verb. So the sentence is a simple sentence. Number 2, Rohit is an intelligent boy with a good grasping power. So there is no other finite verb except Rohit is, Rohit was, Rohit will be. So only one finite verb means simple. Reena did not like the pudding, but she ate the preparation. So first finite verbs will go for did like and ate. Two finite verbs joined with a coordinating conjunction but, so the statement is compound. The dog was hungry. Only one finite verb, so the sentence is simple. He must exercise regularly or he will have health problems. Must, as I've told you children. The model is a finite verb but exercise is non-finite verb. Now then next he will have. So will have is a finite verb. Two finite verbs join with a coordinating conjunction or the sentence is compound sentence. Next, she can come first if she swims faster. So it is can and swims. Two finite verb joined with a subordinating conjunction for choice if, then that is a complex sentence. She drove the car carefully but the car met with an accident. So drove is the finite verb, then the car met is a finite verb. Two finite verbs joined with a coordinating conjunction but is a compound sentence. Then the government was in a tight spot as there was a food shortage in the country. So was is the first finite verb. Then again there was food shortage, again was. So two finite verbs joined with a subordinating conjunctions used for reason. So it is a complex statement. Now using clauses also we can do it, but as I told you the most preferable way is to use conjunctions. Now using clauses, underline the clauses, you have to just underline the clauses. If the clauses used are all main clauses, then the sentence is compound. If there is one main clause or one or more subordinate clauses, then the sentence is complex. As you could see here, I looked for Mary and Samantha at the bus station. Okay, so I looked for Mary and Samantha at the bus station. So it is a compound statement because it is both independent. I look for Mary, I look for Samantha at the bus station. Joe waited for the train. Now it is only a one statement, waited for the train, only one clause, one independent clause, so it is called a simple sentence. He went to the party, she stayed home. Now this shows contrast and both of them are independent. Went to the party, she stayed home. So it is the compound statement because both are of equal rank. I took peanut butter, I took jelly. So both makes meaning and both are independent. So the sentence is compound sentence. Prices go up, customers buy less. Okay, so now customers buy less products makes meaning, it's independent, but prices go up makes no meaning or it needs a complement. So now there's the subordinate conjunction, whenever prices go up, customers buy less products. So it is a complex sentence. I like to eat a candy before I watch a movie. So it is I like to eat a candy, I watch a movie. So I like to eat a candy makes meaning I watch a movie when. Before I watch a movie, I would like to have it. Now it is complex sentence because I watch a movie is a dependent clause on I like to eat candy. He was late again, he would be docked a day's pay. So this sentence makes a meaning. He would be docked a day's pay, but he was late again needs something. Why was he late? Why would he be docked a day's pay? Because he was late again. So this is a dependent clause. So the sentence is complex. Having a party is a bad idea. Neighbors will complain. So having a party is a bad idea is a independent clause. Neighbors will complain. For what? Okay, this is dependent clause. So when this depends on this on the dependent independent clause with the help of the subordinating conjunction because, so the sentence is complex sentence. Thank you.